Hey guys, Kevin here again, out here in the woods enjoying a little fire and a beer from Good Measure Brewery in Northfield. It's called The Pigman Lives. Now, stay. As you saw in the as you saw in the title, is Bigfoot real or fake? What do you think? I don't know about you, but I've always been curious. I must say, and I'll go on record for saying that I don't really believe that 7 to 8 foot tall, 800 to 1,000 pound creatures roaming the woods. Seems to me, the amount of time I spend out here, I would have seen one by now, but it does pique my curiosity. Every time I see one of those Bigfoot shows, I have to stop and watch it. It's, I don't know, guilty pleasure. But that got me thinking one day, I wonder if there's been any sightings in Vermont, near where I live, here in central Vermont. So I got on the BFRO website, that's the Bigfoot Research Organization, and I checked my local area, and sure enough, there was a sighting, and it wasn't far from here. It was in Northfield. They talk about this guy that was hunting, and the thing pooped and hollered at him, and scared the life out of him, and he never hunted there again. So I got asking around, see if anybody else had any sightings, anybody that I knew or heard anything. And lo and behold, one of my co-workers who grew up in that area actually had an encounter. I couldn't wait to talk to him. I asked him about it, and I asked him if he'd be willing to do a quick little interview for me so I could share it with you guys, and he agreed. So that's coming up, along with the video and the camping trip and the little mini expedition that my buddies and I did to look for this thing. I figured, why not? Maybe actually put a little effort in and try to see the thing if it does exist. So believe it or not, a couple strange things did happen. So stay tuned and check it out, and cheers. Leave a couple comments and try to be nice and enjoy. Thanks guys.
Woods in Northfield,
Vermont.
Northfield, Vermont.
Yeah.
Grew up there. Spent a lot of time there.
Yeah. And you've been in the woods quite a bit, right?
Quite a bit.
Just even when you were a kid. So you know what the animals are.
Oh yeah.
You know what.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So me and my buddies were up trying to find a cabin, Northfield Woods. We're up there. It's getting late.
Yeah, you're just above Devil's Wash Bowl, right?
Same range.
Same mountain range.
A little south.
South of that.
Yeah. So it's starting to get dark. It's starting to sprinkle a little bit. I have my dirt bike down at the bottom of the walking trail.
Yeah.
So I break off from the group of friends, start hustling down the trail.
Yeah.
Get maybe 3/4 of the way down, and I can feel something, I can see something like with me in the woods, keeping my pace.
Just out of sight?
Just out of sight. It's thick up there. I'll take
Right.
it. I'll take it there for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just out of sight. Stop short. Yell out my buddy's names, thinking it's one of them.
Yeah, horsing around.
Right. And then the thing pops out in front of me.
How far away do you think it was?
Maybe here to maybe 20 feet, 15, 20 feet. Yeah.
So pretty close.
Close enough. Trail kind of turned, it's really thick. Whatever it was on 2 feet, right? Hissing like I've never heard no hiss before.
Strange.
Can't even describe that. Whoosh, whoosh, just weird, very, very weird. I screamed.
Yep. Oh yeah.
The thing took off.
It's 20 feet, 15 feet in front of you. This strange thing on 2 legs is hissing at you. Yeah, I'd scream too.
I screamed, it took off. I went down to my dirt bike the rest of the way, come back to see if I could find it. My buddies had come down by that point, heard me screaming,
Right.
said I was white as a ghost.
And how big do you think this thing was?
It was taller than us. Not terribly, but
Yeah, so
taller than
6
Roland.
foot, 7 foot,
yeah, 6
I'm
foot.
6'1",
Six
and it
a
was
half.
taller than me.
I'd say, man.
and it was dark in color.
Yep. And it was getting dark too, so I can't say like brown or red or
Yeah.
black
Right.
or anything like
Right.
that. But
Did it have, could you tell if it had like, what did its face look like? Or you couldn't really make out its face?
it was so long ago, and it was hard to see.
Right.
But ever since then, you know, it's eerie up there.
Well, we're gonna go check it out. We're gonna go
Yeah.
up there and see what we can find. So thanks for your story. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
And,
thanks a lot, man.
Later on, maybe I'll shoot another video and you can show me where this was and maybe we can reenact it or something.
Right where it was.
Right
Yeah,
on,
it'd
right
be
on, brother.
awesome.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Take it
Thank you,
easy.
bud.
So we started. We're on our Bigfoot / Pigman adventure. We just started. We've walked about 1/10 of a mile. And today I have joining me down by the river. And right now he's down on the ground. He's a wee bit out of shape. But yeah, we got about 1.5 miles to go. Well, no, 1.4 instead of 1.5. So
Oh, good. That sounds way
better.
better.
I got my younger brother with me and of course my crazy neighbor. So yeah, once he starts feeling a little bit better and catches his breath, we'll move on. So I'll get with you guys in a minute.
Sherpas.
Sherpas would have been good.
That would have been a great idea.
Bye.
Next time.
So they say that Bigfoot, Sasquatch, use deer as a food source. So we are in a pretty good spot. And you can see there's droppings everywhere. Right there. Right there. Right there. There's some more over there. He's about to create some. So we're getting closer. How you feeling, brother?
Great day. No problem.
I didn't know how it worked.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Pick one arm, Roland, and get one arm out at a time.
He's having a great time.
Yeah.
You entertain me. Thank you.
It's okay.
Get it out. Get it out.
So we've been walking for a little over an hour now. We went up over this ridge line down into a draw. We're working our way up into this saddle. We're on the lee side of the mountain and you can see there's quite a bit of snow. We're hoping we're not going to need our snowshoes, but you can see it just ahead of us right in there. We're pretty high up, at least for the state of Vermont. We're pretty high up. We're you know, about 2,200 feet. We're going to be camping about the same, just shy of 3,000 feet. So we have a little over a little over 3/4 of a mile left to go. So beautiful day. Rain's holding out. Supposed to have some on and off showers today. So we'll see if that happens. Roland's holding up pretty well. He's over the hump, I think. So, yeah. Onward and upward.
It looks like an opening.
Looks like an opening, doesn't it?
Yeah. We don't have a very good.
You want to go down there and check it out?
Yeah, let's go see.
Let's go check it out. Yeah, I'm getting closer to it. It is an enormous boulder. And it does look black under it. Got a stream below me. This stream goes down to the road that they call Devil's Wash Bowl, where a lot of sightings have happened. We're way above it. Man, that is creepy. There it is. See if something could live in there. Oh yeah. It's not real big.
Probably slide a body in there.
There's some more down in there. But something's been in here. Looks like rabbit. I don't know, it could be porcupine too, I don't know. Well, we're here to check this stuff out, so you never know. I'll go around the other side of it and see what it looks like. Like, look at that overhang.
Wow.
Could very easily slide in there and be sheltered by the weather. There's supposed to be a cave system here somewhere. We haven't found it yet, but this boulder is massive. So yeah, you can see all the beech nut husks on this branch that was on the ground. There's one here, there's one there. Been standing on one.
I just finished with that one.
Black bears climb up that tree and they break them off, and they come back down here and have lunch. So it's almost time for lunch, Roland. It's almost time for lunch.
Lunch and coffee.
Okay, let's go. Looks like we found a road, huh?
That would have been way easier to come up.
Yeah, maybe. Depends on where it came from. But we found this whole woods road up here. We're not far from that big beaver dam we want to check out tonight.
That path in front of us goes right down.
We have a path that might lead to it. We have a water source. We have a deer yarding area behind us. So we're probably going to be camped in here somewhere. It's fairly flat up ahead. So, yeah, let's just poke around, try to find a spot to camp maybe.
Yep. Sounds good.
What do you guys think?
Sounds good to me.
All right.
I agree.
Whew, that is cold. Might as well get some water now while I can. Found a pretty good spot to camp up ahead. Jason scouted ahead. It looks like it's an old logging road or something like that, so we're gonna go over there and check it out, set up camp, and have some lunch. We made it. We made it to camp. You psyched? Try out this new tent?
Yeah, it's not going to be terribly even, but I don't care right now. I just want coffee and lunch.
Coffee and lunch. So tell me about this thing.
It's a military half shelter.
U.S. military. Very
US
cool.
Military.
Vietnam era?
Yes, I have the paperwork with one side of it. 1976, I think. Some of my poles are
Very cool.
marked 1967. A GI would carry half of it, and half the poles. Another GI would carry the other half.
Very cool.
Apparently, it's very heavy to carry alone.
So yeah, we're making the best of this. There isn't a lot of flat areas. It's pretty rugged terrain here, but Roland's going to be here. I'm going to be behind him, back in there. I'm going to do a plow point style shelter. You find a spot yet?
Either here
Yeah, that's not bad. You can come off of that. Here, do a plow point from here down. My feet down, head up. That way my head will be kind of more upright. Yeah, I think this is going to work. So, there it is. Home sweet home. Tent Smith 8x8 oilskin tarp and the plow point configuration. Got my gear already. Sleeping bag and mat. And you can probably see behind me, Roland's got his set up.
This is the best day ever.
You love it, huh?
Love it. Now I'm gonna have some lunch.
All right, let's check this out. And check out your setup.
The candle lantern's off, so it might be a little bit dark in there.
Okay, it's all right. Ooh. Oh my God, cozy. Maybe I'll come and cuddle in with you tonight.
All right, now it's a party.
And now, here's Jason. He decided to bring his AquaQuest Defender. And he's set up looking out over this valley. Plenty of room in there, even your chair.
Yeah, I won't be able to sit, but...
So we have a communal fire over here, as you can see. Kind of overlooking this valley. The beaver pond that we want to investigate later is down that way. It's starting to snow. We're supposed to have some snow in the higher elevations tonight, so I'm not surprised. But for the most part, we're pretty well set up. We're going to have some lunch and then start investigating this area a little bit. Maybe tonight we'll do a little night sit and, I don't know, see if we hear or see, or I'd love to see something, but we'll see. I don't know. I doubt it, but fingers crossed. Huh?
Pigman lives.
I would have brought the right beer
So,
if Kevin didn't make me spend all this money on camping stuff.
I'm sorry. So, the local folklore has rubbed off on a local brewery. Who is it? Good Measure?
Yes.
Good Measure in Northfield, which is the town that the Pigman / Bigfoot technically lives. They did a beer in honor of him. Pigman Lives. So it's a double IPA, 8%. Brought two, so we're going to split them up. I have one now for lunch and maybe one later. And then you brought some Fireball?
Some Fireball for tonight.
And Roland, you bring some vodka?
I did not bring the vodka. I ran out of room.
Okay, so anyway, I think we're set. But we're going to have some lunch.
I kind of wish I would have brought the vodka, but no.
Relax. I'm going to turn this off. Wrong way. And see if we see something tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Cheers to the Pigman.
Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers to the best damn MRE I've ever had in my life. Oh God, that was good.
What do you think? We go looking just before dark?
Yeah.
What time is it now?
It's 1 o'clock now. That beaver dam, I think, is down that way.
Yeah.
So,
Have lunch, get some firewood prepped.
yeah, get some firewood ready.
Yeah,
So
we
tonight
can have a nice fire.
we're gonna have a fire. I actually brought some thread and some bells that we're gonna put out. Probably what, like 5 foot high?
Yeah.
He said it was about, what, 5-6 feet or something?
The thing that he saw.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do a couple little, I don't know what you would call that, traps,
Alarms.
like alarms.
Yeah.
So we might hopefully hear something. And if we hear something at 1 o'clock in the morning, a little bell ringing, everybody's gonna run for the hills.
I'm gonna stay sleeping.
Everyone split up.
Except for Ben. Ben will probably sleep through all of it.
Where'd everybody go?
My new
What are
tent
these
will be
trees?
left right here.
These two trees are right behind my camp, and I thought I'd go to the store and get some thread, put some thread across these trees with a little bell on it. It's green, so it should match quite well. I'm thinking maybe I'll put it up about my head height. That way a deer or something doesn't disturb it. Maybe a moose will. But ideally, we're hoping that the big guy is what will disturb this thing. So, who knows? Fun to think about anyway. So, I got a little loop in this. So, put this guy, I don't know, I'm 5'8", so I'm tiny compared to that guy, but I figure this might catch him right about in the chest if I put it up about this height. So, come on. Thread should be small enough. Nothing should see it. There. Jason and those guys are trying to find another spot for another trap. So, yeah, probably right about there. So, I'll break this off. Grab one of those cool little bells. So we're on our way out to go do a little nighttime evening investigation. Hoping we're gonna hear something. You guys found a spot for another bell alarm? Yep. All right, kind of thick through here.
Yeah, I think right in here he's gonna be able to see. He's got all of our tents if he comes through.
Yeah, if something's curious, we have a roadway, an old roadway. So ideally he'd come up the roadway maybe. Come in between these two trees.
Yep, between these trees, because you got all that brush over there.
Oh look, he's going to be overlooking my tent too.
Here. Yeah, you're the first to go.
You'll be the first one to hear him.
Dang it.
So we just split with Roland and Jason. We made it to the beaver dam, the exact spot we wanted to look, because we figured that this is probably a water source. And there's also high ridges all the way around. And everything I've been told, these things will run a high ridge and come down to the water source right around dusk or at night. So I would say this is the best place to be. You can kind of make out the beaver dam down there. Jason and Roland are going to go all the way around one side of the beaver dam, and Ben and I are going to continue on this side. Try to meet up maybe at one point. And then at dusk we'll really pay close attention, because supposedly that's when these things become more active, because I guess they're nocturnal. So I really hope to God I actually see this thing. Then I will become a knower, not a wanderer of it. And hopefully the battery doesn't go out.
Hope not.
All right, so as you can see, there's the ridge line. Goes all the way around us. There's a nice little saddle. So to me, I am a deer hunter, and most animals will follow those saddles because it's the path of least resistance down to the water. So I'm really going to key in over there, probably work my way that way. You can hear the water moving, so obviously there's something going on over there, maybe a brook that leads down to Devil's Wash Bowl. So the BFRO report talks about a hunter being up here near a beaver dam when he saw it. So we're about as close as we can get as far as we know. So yeah, we're going to continue on, and if we see something, we'll certainly bring you along with us. Well, Ben and I worked our way all the way around to the backside of this beaver dam. We didn't see anything. We were hoping maybe they would jump something in front of them, and we could see across the beaver dam, so maybe we would catch a glimpse of something. But even a deer or a moose, you know, realistically, that's probably all we were going to see. But we're still hopeful. The end of this beaver dam, this is amazing. The dam is probably what, 15 feet high?
Yeah, 15 feet high and 30 feet wide.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. There's a waterfall further down, so we're gonna go check that out. So Ben and I just smell this real strong sulfury smell right here. I imagine it's probably from the beaver dam, you know, silt and stuff like that. But they do say that when Bigfoot's around, there's a weird sulfury rotten egg smell.
Doesn't smell good.
And I smell it right now, don't you?
Yeah, I do, and it's not a good smell.
It is. It smells nasty. So who knows? Maybe we're close. Man, it is strong.
It's just that couple steps that got way strong.
All of a sudden we hit it, like a wall of it. So here's an update. I don't know if you can hear me very well, but here's an update on that weird smell. So Ben and I came across it. It was really faint up above near the beaver dam. And as we came down to this water, it was like we walked into a wall of it, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
I mean, almost eyes watering strong.
Bad.
So we decided we'd call Roland and Jason on the radio. And when we did, they said that they had just shortly, within a couple minutes, they had heard something run by them. And it had jumped up a partridge. They don't know what it was, but it ran past them. I mean, obviously, it could have been a deer, a moose, a bear, who knows what.
Yeah.
But it's kind of funny.
It's a funny coincidence because when we talked to them on the radio, they are up the bank from us. They're probably not very far away.
Right.
So we get that smell. We call them on the radio. They say, hey, something had just run past here a minute ago. The timing is really, really creepy.
So we're waiting to meet up with them shortly. They're supposed to be working their way down the ridge to us. And then we're going to head back and kind of do a little night investigation. So that's what's going on so far. We're doing a different circle, staying a little bit higher, away from the beaver dam. And we came across this.
It's a climber tree stand. It's been here a long time.
It looks like it's kind of mangled.
Look at the moss. You know it's been here a long time.
Yeah, I think at least they did leave an address, because you're in the state of Vermont, if you're gonna have any sort of a stand on state property, you have to have your name and your address and your phone number on it. So at least whoever did this did it right. But I'm surprised, because we are quite a ways in here. So wow. Things kind of grown into the tree. That's probably been here 10 years, maybe more.
Could be.
But it looks like it's all mangled and bent and twisted, so kind of odd. To build off our finding, the BFRO report talks about a hunter that was in a spruce pine. He says pine, but this is a spruce forest. Close enough. Very easy. A lot of people make that mistake. But he was in a spruce forest overlooking a beaver dam, and this is exactly the situation we're in. So I don't know if this is the, I'm going to check the name and see if it matches up with the BFRO report. If that's the case, we found the hot spot.
We're in it. Yeah.
So maybe something will turn up tonight. About 5 minutes ago, Roland and Jason did some tree knocks on the other side of the beaver dam, and it was pretty neat. We could hear it. It was very low, like
low thuds,
almost like bass,
subwoofer bass in the distance.
But we've been listening for about an additional 5 minutes, and we haven't heard anything. But a couple minutes, I'm gonna do a whoop, and who knows? I don't know if I want to hear anything.
I hope it's not close.
But it's exciting. It's hard to translate the creepiness over the camera when you're sitting home watching this, but when you're out here doing it, it takes on a whole different meaning.
It's true. It's true.
So yeah, we'll get with you in a minute. You see something?
It's just a tree.
All right, guys, can you hear me? I'm gonna try a couple whoops, so keep your ears out. See if anything replies.
Will do.
One that way and then one towards them. You hear that?
Sounds far away.
Something's up there. All right, Roland, you ready? Got your new knife, your new ferro rod?
Not the old ferro rod.
Oh, okay. All right.
New knife.
Here we go.
Ready?
Starting the fire. First try? First try? First try? Come on. Oh, wait. Second try. Oh, there we go. There we go.
Ah, shit.
Nothing yet. Try it again. Oh, oh, oh. Let it go. Let it work. There we
17th
go.
try.
Oh, nice job, Roland.
Yep. Okay, throw that stuff right on the top. Don't be bashful. Nice. We're gonna have dinner in no time. Good job, brother.
Oh, thank God we're back at camp.
Jason is having steak and onions. Oh my God, I can smell it. What are you adding there?
A little mix of spices.
Ooh,
Put it on the top.
some spices. Man, it smells so good. Nothing like frying onions anyway. Well guys, what did you think of today?
That was good.
Pretty good, huh?
Well, good job planning it out.
Yeah, very full day, Ken.
It was awesome.
That tree stand is super creepy.
The tree stand was creepy. That weird smell was pretty strange too. Roland's dead.
Yeah. I am going to sleep. It doesn't matter what.
Hey, we should talk about the knock we heard.
We did. We just got here. We just finished up dinner. Jason had steak and onions and potatoes by the fire,
Good. So good.
which did look pretty awesome. I got a quick clip of that. Roland had a couple MREs, civilian version, you said?
Mm-hmm.
MREs. You were even licking the salt packet, you said?
I really, literally did. I opened the salt packet and I ate it.
You know it's a full day when you're licking the salt packet, right? And then Ben had some leftover
pasta with pesto.
pasta and pesto, yeah.
You did do it.
So while we were sitting here, we heard a wood knock behind us. It was very strange. What it was like two,
Yep.
and then it stopped. But it did. It sounded like somebody took a stick and hit a tree. A couple times. It was odd. We haven't heard anything really out of the ordinary since, but a couple owls and things like that, normal stuff. But I don't know.
Yeah, nothing yet.
My second Pigman beer of the evening.
Me too.
I gotta be honest with you guys, I kind of hope I don't see the Pigman tonight. I just want to get a good night's sleep. Or Bigfoot.
Yeah, I'm done with the adventure part. Let's go to chilling in bed.
Yeah. The night is young though, you never know. Yeah, but it's been a good day.
Real good day.
So we're just gonna sit here and enjoy our fire, laugh, pick on how tired Roland is, and go to bed.
Oh, I haven't been this tired in a long time.
So see you in the morning, guys. Good morning.
Small stuff, so I can save it for you guys.
Yeah, we still have plenty of wood
We do.
from yesterday.
That was kind of quick, but
Very nice. I'm gonna get my chair.
yeah. Nice to wake up to a fire, right?
Yeah, it snowed a little bit last night too.
Oh. No. I heard some more knocking in the middle of the night.
You did.
I did. And then I heard it was this weird, like, almost like a space shuttle sound. I know that sounds dumb, but it was, you know, like woo woo woo, like going through the sky. I'm like, what would make that sound out here?
Huh.
And then I never heard it again, but
Yeah, that's strange.
that was it. I heard knocking though. I heard it was like 3 knocks.
3 knocks again.
Yep.
We're down in that direction like before?
It was actually over towards the Beaver Pond, I
Where,
think.
where we were?
Where we were, I believe. It was that way somewhere, for sure.
It is in Erie's place. What'd you hear?
So like I said, was saying, I didn't hear any knocking. I was in and out of sleeping, but there was one time I was awake there, and I heard it would have been like a baby porcupine making a bunch of weird noises or something like that you can't describe. Could have been, you know, I don't know if it was the gibberish language thing you were telling me about, but it was a weird noise that didn't make any sense, and it sounded almost like people talking, but like not right, you know what I mean? And so I don't know.
Really? Where'd you hear that?
I was laying here and I heard it. It sounded like it was on that side of me. It'd be across the stream on the other ridge. So I was awake for a little while listening to it, and it just went away after a while.
Yeah, the spook factor is pretty serious in this area, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And you said you heard...
Yeah, for like a lack of a better description of the sound, I would say the closest thing would be like a UFO sound, like a
weird,
you know, that like old school UFO sound you hear flying through the sky or something.
Like weird, like
I know it wasn't that. I'm not saying it was that, but it was a very odd sound that I don't typically hear when I camp in the woods. So
yeah,
it kind of kept me awake
that's
for a little bit, you know.
That's how this was. It's like I don't hear that very often. I just was laying there listening to that gibberish talk or whatever, and then it went away, and eventually I fell back asleep. But I was awake for probably 30 minutes after it went away, just listening.
strange. And then you heard some tree knocking too, right?
I heard tree knocking. Yeah, I heard it was 3 of them. It was down. I think it was down in the area where we were.
Down behind us.
You know. Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna have some coffee.
Yeah, that'll fix everything.
That is at least for real.
This is amazing in here. I had heat, I had coffee. I froze last night, so I threw in about 8 dozen hand warmers in my sleeping bag.
Yeah.
I was a little chilly.
How'd the candle lantern do?
Not really.
No.
No.
Oh well. You gonna come out and join the fire?
I'm coming out. I'm gonna put on my wet boots. I've been looking forward to that all morning.
Yes. Yes.
I can't wait. Nice frozen boots.
I gotta.
How come your pants aren't on? The camera's rolling and your pants aren't on.
Camping's really hard. There was this incident, I don't want to talk about it. I snore a lot, sorry.
I remember when you were setting up, you were like, can I get away from
Well, I heard more knocking.
Really?
Yeah, it was probably 1 in the morning.
Oh,
We should have tried some knocking last night before we went to bed.
Oh yeah, that would have been a good idea. But I heard it over in that area somewhere. And then I heard this weird, like, almost like a UFO sound, like that, woo, 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 like a, not an animal, a very odd sound.
Yep.
And it was just really quick, like something flew by. Like, I'm trying to think of what could that be, you know, because clearly wasn't an animal. And my best way to explain it is saying it like a UFO sound, because, you know, that's kind of what it reminded me of, but I'm not saying that's what it was. It was just a weird sound.
The only thing you could relate it to.
You're right.
Yeah.
You know,
Huh. Yeah,
like that sound you hear from like the old movies, you know, or whatever.
well, Kevin, I'm assuming it was you. You scared the hell out of me this morning.
I did. Why?
Because I didn't know it was morning. My head was in the sleeping bag, like underneath, buried in with a little breathing hole.
Yeah.
And I hear going by my tent, and I'm like, ah! And so I like whip my head out.
It's dark in there.
Yeah, it is wicked dark in there.
No light.
I whipped my head out, and then I could see light underneath the tent. I'm like, oh, thank God. Oh, thank God. It's Kevin. It's Kevin. It's got to be Kevin.
What would have been funny is if it wasn't still.
Yeah, if it was dark, I would have absolutely just peed all in my sleeping bag.
Like nobody was ever here.
Oh, we were.
Nice and cold. Ready, guys? Head for home?
Yep. All set.
We're all packed up. Heading out.
Ben, need a hand?
Well, thanks again, guys, for joining me on another adventure. Unfortunately, we didn't find any Bigfoot, but did you really think we were going to anyway? Like I said in the beginning, I don't really believe it exists, but I'm hopeful. I would love if it actually did. The only way I can prove that to myself is by actually seeing it. So I figured, you know, go out and have a fun little camping trip if anything else. So, and we did accomplish that. So thanks again for watching, everybody, and we'll see you on the next one. Maybe even Ben, and down by the river Roland. Woo! Blizzard going. Woohoo!